Well, that is definitely creepy. So let's see what questions we have only on Paranormal, True or False. It is free to subscribe. Please subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Thank you. What is this shadow figure? Suddenly we will see a dark shadow at that corner. What was that? Is it somebody else's shadow? Or is that just a shadow person? It almost looked like it floated into place and then it glides back out. Is it simply a sheet on a string or a wire that is being dangled in front of a camera? Is it someone in a costume? This is one of those where I could see how it could be staged, but I could also see how it could possibly be paranormal. The bottom part flapped like it's fabric. So if it's CG, they added some type of a fabric effect to it, because that bottom part definitely flaps. I'm not sure on this one, but I do have a question. Some cultures throughout the world wear black when they are in mourning. So, are shadow people just ghosts that are in mourning? Are they in mourning because they're sad they're dead? And not everyone is sad that they're dead? That's why not every single ghost or paranormal is a shadow person? Okay, no more deep philosophy. Is this a peekaboo ghost? Suddenly at the top right, we see someone peek around the corner of the staircase. Is that an apparition? Is it a living human? Was this stage a hoax, a prank? Is that a stalker? Is it Anthony Padilla? Probably not. Is this a poltergeist? So multiple things will happen. First, the lights will turn on and off multiple times. Then it looks like a shadow is crawling up the side of that wall on the left side. The camera autofocuses, and then in the middle of that hallway or foyer, the door starts to open. And then the clip dies. So we just watched it in slow motion. We'll watch it in full time this time, or real time this time. But yeah, it's just multiple things happening. The second I see an odd camera placement, that immediately causes me to think it's a staged or hoax. Because we can't see the ground on the other side of this piece of furniture, I just have to assume there's somebody laying down on the floor, turning on and off the lights, opening up that door, creating some type of shadow. Okay, criminals, this is a great place to burglarize because you can always just blame it on the poltergeist and you don't have to worry about being caught because the camera's in a bad location. Is this a ghost? Apparently this is an abandoned home, but when they're on the outside looking through a window, it appears there's somebody there. So is it just a messy home and not an abandoned home? Is that the homeowner? Is that a homeless person that's squatting in that home? I hope when I die I'm not confused with a homeless squatter. Is this doll possessed? As the camera moves around this building, it comes to this stockpile of sticks and poles, but sees something on the other side. That is creepy. Is it a doll or a living child? So we pan again and suddenly it's standing looking right at us, like it's moved. But still, is that a doll? Or a kid? I think this one might be staged because it looks like they moved a lot of those poles around in order to get her to stand up right there in that spot. So, pretty sure it's a doll. Pretty sure that it's staged because see how many poles are there? And then when we see the stand-up shot, there's not as many poles. So, yeah. I don't think she moved the poles so she could stand there. I think it's just staged. I'm glad that I'm not into dolls because I would not want to come back to possess a doll or haunt a doll. And mainly because dolls are given to children. However, I would be willing to come back as a doll if it got into the hands of an elderly woman that's sassy like the Golden Girls, Estelle Getty, Sophia. Yeah, if I came back as her doll, that would be funny. Can you imagine Sophia saying something like, "Give me your money or I'll stick my haunted doll on you"? What is this ghostly figure? Starting on the left side of our screen, we will suddenly see a dark figure walking behind all these people. Is it a ghost? My guess is this is a poor quality camera. So I think that's just somebody that's part of their team working with them, that's slowly walking back behind them, doing maybe investigations. Did we finally find the ghostly lady in white? As the flashlight is pointed towards this house, on the right hand side we will see the image of what appears to be a lady in white. She appears in that screen door on the right hand side. Do you see her? It's probably just Anthony Patilla interviewing Estelle Getty. Actually, it's probably someone calling the cops on you for shining a flashlight into their home. Is this a shadow person? We will see this gentleman walk down these stairs, but just as he gets down to the bottom out of sight, a shadow person goes up the stairs. What exactly is that? Is that caused by his shadow and him walking? Or what is it? I think this is one of those trick shots where they film it twice. Once with somebody going up, and then they blur out that image and pixelize that image till we get nothing but a shadowy, pixelated figure. And then a second time with him walking down the stairs. But I will say that looks like a cool building to haunt, so go with that. What is that creepy creep? As this person is walking their dog, they suddenly see something out in the brush that is dressed in all dark fabric but has a very whitish gray face. The person and their dog quickly move away from that area. But what did they see? I think this is staged, or the person with the dog is incredibly stupid. There are too many places on this planet where people that are walking their dogs are also carrying a firearm. So I'm just going to go with staged on this, because I don't think anybody raises their hands and say, "Yes, I would like a bullet in my booty." Looks like we've captured another shadow person. I can't tell if we're in a basement or if we're in a parking garage. I think it's a basement, but suddenly we see a shadow person. It looks like it's solid and not transparent. It looked like it just moved. Is it actually a shadow person? Or is it a person in disguise? Is it staged? Is it a hoax? Is it a prank? It seems to me shadow people don't understand the art of camouflage. If you want to be left alone, just hide somewhere with a black background. Duh. They don't have to go all Karen and scare people. Is this a magical manifestation? A van drives through this parking lot, and suddenly a man appears. So this is very easy to recreate. So we can tell that these people work there because of the truck that matches that van, and he was inside that van and just simply hopped out. And boom, there he is. They do this stunt in the movies as well. Nothing magical, and that's a living human being. They work there, they know where the security cameras are. And yes, if I was 30 years younger and knew someone with a van, I would do this too. 'Cause that just looks like fun. What invisible thing is moving around this Jeep? We see the Jeep door open and movement around it, but we don't see any human beings. Then we see this little white thing that skitters off. The door to the Jeep continues to move as if somebody is leaning on it or something, but we don't see any human being inside the Jeep, and then the door closes. What is going on? Let's watch this again and see if we can figure out what that white skittering thing is. Yeah, that is just weird. It almost looks like a rabbit. It's possible it's a windy day and that was a piece of paper that fell out of the Jeep and just blew around. Now, as far as not being able to see a human being, again, one of two things. Either we have an issue where they didn't latch their Jeep completely and that door opened on its own because of the wind, or we just have a crappy camera and we can't see detail that far away. Okay, it's a ghost and he has horrible taste in cars. Because if you're going to haunt a vehicle, you really need to haunt one of those big rigs that have the sleeper car in them. That way you can mess with the microwave, the refrigerator, the pillow, the blankets, as well as all the gadgets on the dashboard. Or haunt an RV. Yes, definitely the RV. More buttons to push. You can shop at echopearlcreations.com, which is the official website for Paranormal True or False. You can go to producerjimriley.com to learn more about the man that makes all the music for this channel. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Remember to question everything. Thanks for watching Paranormal, True or False.